together. Where was Josh? He's back. He's back. Hey, everybody, what's going on? What is this, the Between Week 6, Week 7 podcast?
Right, this is Monday after Week 6.
You had a couple takers on the Josh wasn't there hashtag, by the way.
Did we?
Yeah.
Did. I like
All right,
it.
why don't you look them up and go through them? We're going to do a quick 15 to 20 minute recap of what happened in Week 6.
Best friends that anybody could have. We're the three best friends that anybody could have.
Yeah. So, Josh, while you look through them, Josh actually went to the Giants game. Giants-Baltimore game.
Man.
And I told him, hashtag save it for the podcast.
Right.
I said, well,
Real quick, before you continue, there
Okay.
was someone that tweeted in hashtag Josh wasn't there and spelled there THEIR.
who was it?
Being Shuja.
Oh, I like
I love how
the
you guys
Giants.
look at that. Like,
That's awesome.
I haven't wrote the difference in there ever in my life.
You're a there.
THERE
Are
every
you
time.
good with your?
It doesn't matter what the user
It doesn't matter. You got it. You can read and you can talk.
It's one of the theirs. You
I
figure
love
it
when
out.
people do that. They used to do that to me on Twitter. They're like,
Your.
you used the wrong use of your. Oh, what an idiot.
It is the big Twitter thing that people make fun of. So you went.
I went.
What was it like to watch Odell in person? And then what was the atmosphere of the crowd like?
So I was telling Adam this morning, and the reason he said hashtag save for the podcast was seeing Odell Beckham play in person.
It's special, right?
Special.
Yeah.
And of course, you can see the highlights on TV, but when you get to watch him score and then you get to watch him go down the sideline and do everything that he does in person and not have to have a TV camera take it away from you, it was truly special to watch.
Yeah.
So yeah, everybody that I was sitting next to, no interest in the game after each Beckham touchdown. It was just follow him down the sideline, see what he does,
Right.
watch him go crazy.
You were saying people were like hitting each other, going,
Yeah,
look at him, look at him.
everyone's slapping each other and just saying, watch him go down the sideline, watch him go down the
So
sideline.
you saw him impregnate the
I saw him impregnate the kicking net,
Right.
which was great. That happened
And then
right
proposed.
but he proposed. So yeah,
which
it's all
was
good.
Yeah. But yeah, I would say overall the crowd yesterday was really angry at the refs after the second
that pass interference
pass interference call. Pretty much every time a whistle blew, people just booed just to boo.
Right.
But getting to see Beckham in person was pretty damn cool.
Man, I haven't been to a Giants game in a long time, actually, now that you're saying it. I can still picture those murmurs in the crowd and everything.
Yeah,
But that to me goes back to our point, which is like, man, the people go to see that guy play.
He's polarizing. And I always bring this up,
I don't
too.
know why he's
I
polarizing.
think we've talked about it because he's super talented. And
Yeah, but why polarizing means that someone's going to have an opposing view. That someone's going to think that he's not that good or that
Right.
he's hurting the team, and you look at it and go, no, he's the only reason the team is winning.
Yeah, I think everybody thinks he's good. I just think there's a lot of jealous haters out there, especially in the NFL. Players have a hard time talking good about it. I have noticed that. And I'll just say this, too. I know I've said this about Adrian Peterson.
Yep.
It's just something that always kind of sticks out in my head just because of my dad, and he's been around football for so long. Well, like Odell Beckham Jr., Adrian Peterson, Randy Moss. Who was the other? There's maybe another one. But just the guys that I still remember the first time he ever saw them in person. He just said it was special. Like there's something that
Who
sticks
did your
out.
dad see recently that said he was good, but he wasn't Adrian Peterson?
Ezekiel Elliott last week. He goes, he was really good, but it wasn't like seeing Adrian Peterson for that first time. Because he literally, the first time he saw Adrian Peterson, he called me that night and he goes, Christopher, have you ever seen Adrian Peterson in person? And I said, yeah.
Was this in college or pro?
No, this is pros. And I go, yeah, Dad, I have it. He goes,
played against
he goes, this is the first game I did it. I goes, I was in awe. I couldn't believe it.
Yeah, Zeke kind of has that Emmitt Smith quality,
Right.
where it's a little bit unimpressive in terms of that, but Zeke, man, the way he
More
dives,
power-oriented,
yes, the
right.
way he torpedoes himself, the
Right.
way he runs so hard, and I love that guy, man. All right, let me go through a bunch of the storylines from this past week. Let's start off with a game you have watched on film. On a scale of 1 to 10, how much trouble is Denver in?
Ooh, I would say they're still the best defense in football, in my opinion.
Wait, we just talked to Howie, and I think did you say you would put
I went
Minnesota?
Denver.
So
I went
you'd
Denver.
still go with Denver?
Yes, I would. Denver was really good on defense again in that game. I think we just forget because they lost.
And because Trevor Siemian was so impressive.
Exactly. That's
And
the
that offensive
concern.
line looked like crap.
Right. It's that is.
Don't
the
worry,
concern.
they just signed Billy Turner.
Their offense in general, though, they need to do more in the pass game. Simeon too.
Is he capable of doing more?
That's what we're going to see with Simeon. I think that's the big question. Is Simeon gonna justify himself as an NFL starter over the last 9 weeks here?
Or will he be a really
or
high polished
great backup for the rest of the career? This is the time.
And
for
where do you? So on a scale of 1 to 10, what did you?
I would say right now. Oh, I mean, as far as how good they are,
how much trouble are they in?
Oh, we're saying 10. They're in big trouble.
That's typically how this works.
Okay.
Yes. No one's like 1 is the most trouble, and 10 is the least.
I think they're still like a 4. I think they're okay. I'm not going to panic yet.
All right. Big Ben tears his meniscus. Seeing some reports it could be 1 game. They lose to Miami, and I think they would have lost to Miami even if Big Ben never came out of that game.
I think so too.
Rashad Jones, by the way, big time injury. He might be missing extended time for the Dolphins. But for the Steelers, how does a meniscus? What does it mean for Big Ben and the Steelers, that injury?
You were a big Landry Jones fan last year, right?
No, I don't know. I don't recall being. I don't.
I think you had a stint where you were like, they can still get it done with injury.
Right.
He was a big A.J. McCarron fan.
I was definitely an A.J. McCarron fan there, yes. I think you're right about that. The offense is going to struggle regardless.
But a meniscus tear to a quarterback like Big Ben.
I think overall, he's going to get it cleaned up. And they're going to wear a big, bulky brace on his knee his first few weeks back, and I don't think it's going to affect his game a whole lot at all.
What about not having Big Ben for a week or 2?
Well, I mean,
they were going to lose this New England game no matter what.
This was
what about the flow?
I don't want to say that. I mean, we said that about Miami going against Pittsburgh.
Sure.
So, you know what I mean?
But I have a lot of faith in New England.
Yeah, New England usually does not beat themselves. This was the one game that, I was dying to see this matchup. We wanted to see this matchup last year in week 1.
You're right.
Remember? And we didn't get to see it.
Pittsburgh and New England.
Yeah, so I wanted to kind of see them at full strength. I kind of thought there would be a chance that they could maybe hang in there in a shootout against the New England Patriots, but with Landry Jones, I have no confidence in that, and I don't see how Pittsburgh can ever stop their defense. Their offense. Pittsburgh couldn't stop their offense last year in week 1 in the first game of the year. Pittsburgh, you want to talk about trouble meter? I'm concerned about.
Yeah, what are they 1 through 10?
Man, as a whole, I think there's like a legitimate 6 or 7 there. Yes.
You really think they're messed up on defense? You said from the beginning of the year they had a fearsome foursome on defense, which was Shazier, Timmons, Hayward, and Tuitt.
Right.
And they lost 2 of them in the last game.
And
you said if they lose 1, it's in trouble.
Right.
Because they can't hide their secondary when that's an issue.
No, and they don't have enough good depth on the D-line.
I think one thing that you said that you told me after you watched that film today was, look out for Miami's offensive line.
Yes.
Miami might be a team that if you see some spreads where they're the underdogs, they have Albert back at left tackle, Tunsil look good at left guard, Pouncey's back at center.
Yes.
Who was the right guard?
Jermon Bushrod.
Jermon Bushrod, and right tackle was Jawan James. All of a sudden, I don't think it was any sacks on Tannehill.
No, he had a really good day.
200 plus yards for Jay Ajayi.
Man, Jay Ajayi was really impressive. The Miami Dolphins defensive line was impressive. They really were. And I also think that Pittsburgh fell in the trap a little bit of, we're going to throw it every play. And I think they really kind of messed up there because they were having success running, but they would go with stints where, they were stale on offense and they got out and Ben got in the shotgun and they tried to throw 3 straight plays in a row.
Their next game is the Patriots. I believe that the Patriots are the only true elite team in the NFL. I think the Minnesota Vikings are that next tier.
Right.
And I think the Seahawks are in that next tier. But how far is the gap between the Patriots and everybody else right now?
I think it's significant. I really do. I think they're head and shoulders above the rest of the league.
In a league where there's so much parity.
Right.
Like, how much better? How many,
what would you set the line at New England, Oakland? Because Oakland's number 2 in the AFC right now.
Wow.
Yeah.
I would probably favor New England by 10.
Right. So, the AFC...
And Minnesota, you don't think that they're going to find a way to take away their only offensive threat?
Exactly.
Seattle's interesting because I think teams like Seattle, I think Atlanta would be interesting.
Dallas could be a pain in their butt.
Dallas is a really big pain in the butt.
Right.
And let's go right to Dallas. Yeah. How do you stop the Cowboys' offense right now?
I don't know. You're not going to stop them. They are an unstoppable force right now on the offensive line. It's actually really.
They are the team that I think would be the best matchup for the Patriots. Seattle would be right there.
Yeah.
But I think Seattle's defense, the Patriots have seen enough that they could take advantage of it.
Yeah.
Atlanta would be interesting, but I don't think they have the defensive firepower. But Dallas could be interesting. They have a lot of big corners that could mess around those tight ends. Byron Jones, you called a Gronk stopper.
Right, exactly.
And then you can keep Brady off the field with Dallas's running attack.
That would be the biggest thing, yes, just to take them off the field and make them, it's a little stale on the sideline. But it's just
it's the offensive line that really impresses you the most.
I mean, it's everything. It's unstoppable. I mean, they're just the onslaught of, I know we talked about it a little earlier on Facebook Live, just the onslaught of formations and personnel sets and we have every scheme ever invented.
You're talking about the Patriots, right?
The Patriots, right? Just the odds, they keep the pressure on you to such a degree all game long. Oh, Cincinnati's kind of keeping a stalemate, huh?
Yes.
Well, you better get ready for a 4-quarter game with New England because those things, they're stalemates. They're going to adjust and fix, and then all of a sudden you're going to go.
And then you look at the second half, and Martellus Bennett and Gronk are just running wild. Right? They're used to the 2 tight end set right now with Chris Hogan and Edelman and Amendola and Blunt and White. It's reaching a point with a healthy Tom Brady where he had 4 games of rest, and they still went 3-1.
And he's freaking throwing it amazing. He's throwing it amazing. If you're out there at home, watch him and watch his follow through right now. How it's so up across by his left chest
instead of straight
vertical down. Yes, I mean
they knocked off the Bengals, and I wanted to look at the Bengals because I still think the Bengals are a team that I look at the Bengals, Dolphins, and Lions and go, man, I still think there might be something there.
Right.
Bengals' 4 losses are to 4 teams leading their division.
Right.
Those teams are combined 18-6.
Yep.
Are they better than 2-4, or are they accurate? Their losses: the 4-2 Steelers, the 4-2 Broncos, and the 5-1 Cowboys and Patriots.
No, I think they are better than that. I would say that they're it's a hard thing to keep up 5 years of playoff excellence and not think that you're going to have a game or two here and there where you're just going to slip up, not play well, like they did last week against Dallas. They laid an egg. I mean, they totally were dominated.
Because I think the Bengals are a team that they line up and they go, this is what we do, we're going to be better than you. Patriots can out-scheme them, Cowboys can out-push them, Broncos just had a better defense, and the Steelers, it was a rainy game.
Big thing with, I look at Cincinnati, I'm just pulling up their schedule right now, too. Okay, you got Cleveland, you got the Redskins, they could win both of those games for sure. Then they got a bye week. They got the Giants and the Bills. Really, they're Giants, Bills, Ravens, Eagles, Browns, Steelers, Texans, Ravens. So they are capable of going on a run here. They
definitely got the hardest part out of it,
Yes, they did. They got the hardest part out of the way, and there's no team that's left on their schedule where I look out and go, oh, that's a horrible matchup for them.
You mentioned the Buffalo Bills. They've now won 4 in a row.
Yeah.
How serious of a contender do you make the Bills?
I think the Bills are for real. I think the Bills are in the discussion as right now, maybe the second best team in the AFC. That's how strong I would go.
Wow.
Yeah, I think their defense, and we haven't even seen Marcel Darius.
Second best team in the AFC.
And the AFC, yeah. I mean,
ahead of the Denver Broncos.
I think it's like right now, it would be if those two played each other, I mean, it would be a really good game. It really would. I would probably pick the Denver Broncos. You're right, but they're in the discussion. Like their defense. What do you think? Trevor Simeon's going to just go carve them up?
Yeah,
I doubt it. You know what I mean? And the offense. They have weapons. I don't know if you've heard me say this. I think they have the most creative run game in football right now. Tyrod's very smart. His quality of completions is the thing that I like. Oh, it's running on first, running on second. Right now it's 3rd and 9, and we need you to make the throw. And he's been doing that.
Him and LaShawn McCoy are absolutely emotional backbreakers for defense.
They are.
The amount of times
3rd and 12.
Yes.
We got you finally.
I mean, LaShawn McCoy had a run yesterday where he was 8 yards behind the line of scrimmage and then got a 20-yard touchdown run. He is out of his mind right now.
Yeah.
Tyrod Taylor's playing well, second best. And you said this yesterday. Do you believe that the Steelers are still a Super Bowl contender?
I'm a little concerned about that. Right now, I would say no. They are not playing at a Super Bowl caliber right now. How can you say that? I mean, they're just. What do you have to be worried about right now? There's no pass rusher to be scared of. They can't play man-to-man behind it. They can't blitz really because they're worried about their secondary behind it. What were you going to say? Go ahead.
I was going to ask an unrelated question.
Yeah.
Football history, rookie duos, Zeke and Dak. Anything to compare that to?
I mean,
Robert Griffin III and Alfred Morris.
That was a good one. You're right. I wouldn't have thought of that.
Yeah, I remember seeing the list somewhere. Fendrick doesn't realize you can't ask these up.
I don't remember one. At running back and quarterback, I can't remember one that's like this effective.
Troy and Emmett weren't together.
No, they were just a year apart, though. They were close. It's pretty special. Yes. I mean, Prescott's...
Chris Sims and Michael Pittman.
Yeah, no, we weren't the same year.
Okay, no.
But Pitt was my guy.
You just watched on film Detroit Rams.
Yeah.
It was a shootout.
It was actually it was a fun game to watch.
What did you learn from that game? Anything interesting to take forward for our listeners?
Well, I would say the thing with Detroit Lions, they're the best screen team in football. I give them a lot of credit too for stopping Gurley with a less than 100% Anza, no Nada, no DeAndre Levy. Man, they missed DeAndre Levy really bad. I'll give credit to the Rams. I mean, again, offense doing a lot of different things. Right. They're in the array of plays. I like it. I look at it and go, I'm not blown away like, wow, this is New England or this is Kyle Shanahan.
But compared to the other half of the NFL.
Or compared to the years of their last 5 offenses.
Yeah, I got to give a lot of credit to Rob Boras.
Yeah, we should, because we kind of crapped out of it.
Well, I've apologized to him so many times.
Their defense is an issue. The Rams' defense, I mean, that's another one. We talk about, the Rams get talked about. Even
because of Aaron Donald's Pro Football Focus grades.
It's amazing.
And yet they allowed like 30-something to the Bucks, 30-something to the Lions.
Right.
They're a sieve right now. You also
Matt Stafford was awesome, by the way.
Matt Stafford.
And Golden Tate. And that's where the screens came in.
Yeah.
They were really smart in taking advantage of let's get upfield Aaron Donald and get after the quarterback. Oh, we threw a screen right behind our wide receiver.
Yeah.
And you play zone soft coverages behind it. So we got blockers and room to run.
One more game I want to get before we wrap up. Eagles, Washington. Eagles, man. They were the defense was on the field the whole game. Carson had good moments. I know you've watched most of that film.
Yeah.
What are realistic expectations for the Eagles now that you've watched that? And what's your take overall of that game?
Overall, that was a really weird game. If we just talk about the game in general, I mean, just put it this way.
Bring up your point about the second quarter.
Yeah, right. I mean, it was 14-0, and I know you know this.
Yeah.
It was 14-0 Redskins.
Wendell Smallwood
kick return.
Do you know how that got started? Because Vernon Davis shot the football like a basketball. And they called an unsportsmanlike conduct penalty.
I heard. That's so stupid.
And I say this to Cam, our producer Cam, and he goes, "You can't use the football as a prop." And I go, "Man, you look like Roger Goodell, and you sing his praises." You're shooting a football like a basketball, and that's 15-yard penalty.
Yeah, that's stupid.
That led to a kickoff return by Wendell Smallwood. Right. And then was that Marcus Smith that got pressure?
It was Marcus
on
Smith.
Kirk Cousins forced it. Malcolm Jenkins crossed the face, interception return.
Right. So now it's 14-14.
Washington goes down to score.
Right.
Eagles kneel. Washington gets the ball to start the second half.
Drive down.
The Eagles offense had
a field goal.
So now they're up 24-14.
They literally left. The last time the Eagles were on the field, they were down 14-0. And they got the ball back, and it was a 24-14 game. That's really weird. I mean, I was like mind blown. I was like, wait.
There's been 24 points scored before Carson Wentz steps on the field again.
Yeah, so they were never in a rhythm all day. And it is really hard. I've been in some games like that before where, you just, we got 14 points, but man, I don't feel like I've done anything. I don't feel like anything we're doing offensively feels cohesive or together. And really, that's the way it was for the most of the game. Wentz was good, but not great. No. He missed a few throws that he normally hits. But the other thing, too, I'll say for Wentz in his defense, again, there would be another team. He can get some easy completions. Not every throw has to be 20 yards down the field.
Is it him choosing to throw it 20 yards down the
field? No,
field?
a lot of it's the play design. I mean, it's let's throw the 20-yard in cut. Let's do the play action and run the post.
I also think yesterday with Halipuli Valivitai struggling at right tackle and having to keep it tight ends and running backs, can we get some quick passes?
They didn't do it as much as I thought as I'm watching.
First half, they really left them on an island.
First half, they started the game with your freaking tight end Selleck blocking Ryan Kerrigan. Oh, you mean Ryan Kerrigan's going to beat your tight end? One of the best sack artists in football? Like, that's stupid crap coaches do because it looks on paper. Because if we were in training camp, right, and Kerrigan and Selleck had to go against each other in pass rush drills, Kerrigan would win 8 out of the 10, right? Where if they just had a stationary quarterback and they blow the whistle and you got to rush one-on-one against somebody, the coach would be like, I would never leave him one-on-one with Ryan Kerrigan. And then it gets time to game plan, and they go, this line right there will block that guy. Oh, I got it. I figured it out. We blocked him. We blocked him. Oh, yeah, we forgot Ryan Kerrigan's got, muscles to his ears. I mean, man. So that was stupid. Yeah, Vaitai is going to be an issue. You have 2 weak links on your offense, and that's your left guard, Barbary, and yes, I can't say his name.
Halipuli Valivitai.
Yeah, you're going to say it for me every time.
Yeah, but I think the thing that's tough with a rookie quarterback is that he adjusted to a line that had Lane Johnson, and now he has to adjust to a different line. And now if they have to keep in receivers or running backs or tight ends to block,
they chipped a little and helped them.
Yeah,
he's just all over the place. I mean, just even the run game, and you would have been able to run on them. That's the disappointing thing. It's just the game didn't dictate.
Yeah, exactly.
You didn't get a chance to get a game.
All right, so we are going to do more of a preview. I think we're also going to try and we'll talk more Packers and what the heck is wrong with them. And hey,
I am clamoring that they wanted this Monday podcast to be 30 minutes. I had a few friends who text me who I haven't even heard from in like years who were like, "Dude, your Monday podcast should be 30 minutes long."
Well, apparently we did an hour and 40-minute podcast.
Yeah, you guys are over here.
Not here. Before we go, I just want to give a shout out to Cody Kessler, quarterback of the Browns. I didn't know this story, and I want to give him some love. So apparently last week before the Patriots game, his 17-year-old brother Dylan had a virus attack his heart, and he was rushed to the hospital in California. And he was dangerous for a few days before doctors got things under control. And it's possible right now that Dylan, who was being recruited to play college, will not be able to play football again. Yeah. And then after the Patriots game, he was informed that his great-grandmother, who was 92, died the night before. Wow. And he was extremely close, and he dedicated the game to her. In this last game against Tennessee, he got hit 11 times, including 6 sacks, and he got up every single time to the point where I need to watch the film and see this. He got up really slowly, and the entire Browns organization right now is like, this kid is an absolute warrior. The quotes that came out of Terrell Pryor, the quotes that were coming out of Josh McCown, the quotes that were coming out of Hugh Jackson. I just want to give out to Cody Kessler because it's the human side of football that people don't think about, where a brother you fear for his life and a very close great-grandmother, I mean, that's like generational stuff, passes away. Thoughts and everything going out to Cody Kessler. But I think he's a young guy that's put into a really tough situation that has won over the locker room right now, and just want good vibes going on.
Yeah, for sure.
So we will be back on Thursday. As always, please subscribe on iTunes. Give us a review. We'd really appreciate it. That is how other people can find out about the podcast. We'll do a 4-hour podcast on Thursday.
Wouldn't you like that?
I would.
Will you be here, actually?
Yeah, we'll be here.
All right,
I'm here for the next 2 weeks.
2 weeks. I'll tell you later. Okay, so thank you guys so much. As always, hit us up on Twitter as well, @SimsandLefko. Have a great day and enjoy football. Monday night, well, who's your pick tonight?
Arizona. Have you seen the quarterback for the Jets?
Yeah, I'll go Arizona too. Okay.
Good
See you guys
buddy.
later.
Peace out.